Okay, update on the broader market here. We'll start with SPX. And we're still consolidating, but it does look like we're right on the edge of breaking out. So we'll start on the daily chart. SPX. So week 14 still our high at 41.77.51. And then we had day 15, day 16. This was day 17 on Tuesday, June 7th. It's about 8:56 p.m. Tuesday night. And so it looks like we're on pace for a break above that 41.77 high. Like this is a bull flag that's about to resolve higher is my guess. And if we look at the weekly chart, again, just to reiterate, 4,300 area, right? Like right around there is where, like, wow, if we get through that, then that's telling us maybe this was a major low, right? This is week 15 of the weekly cycle, assuming this was not a weekly cycle low. And so my expectation is still that we roll over and make a new low into the summer, but we'll have to see if that plays out. QQQ looking even weaker than IW than SPY. Oh, so actually, before I leave on this, notice this week 15 is green now, and the month has just turned green. Positive signs for SPX. QQQ not so much. Month is still red. Week is still red. Week 12, and notice IWM still the high from day. Or excuse me, this is not IWM. This is QQQ. The high from day 14 still stands, and we're further away from making a new high. Although I suspect we get there, with the whole market going, with the broader markets going up, everything kind of gets dragged up. But this is probably the one that's going to take the biggest leg lower when we do make that new leg. And then you have IWM, which looks incredibly bullish. And I called this out before. I'll zoom in on this daily chart. Unlike the QQQ and SPY, we did not make a new low. This was a higher low than this low. And then we made another higher low here. We got that little swing low. And now we've had a bullish outside day here. Notice this day started down here, this candle, and then made it all the way up here, engulfing this candle here. So day 17, so getting later in the daily cycle, but if you were inclined to be long, this is the one that you would choose for sure, IWM, small caps. And interestingly enough, this is the third week in a row, or the fourth week in a row that we're making a new, or excuse me, sorry. It's the third week in a row that we're making a new high. So this week of May 23rd, we made a new high above here. This week we made a slight new high above this one. And now we're making a new high above this one, suggesting to me that, this was some kind of major bottom, potentially. Now, I think the real test is going to come around here, right? Like when we get to like right around the 200 level, like do we really get above that? That said, that's still 10 points from here. We're at 190, so still a little bit of upside before we have the real moment of truth. Again, I'm still expecting another leg lower, but you have to acknowledge the strength here. 3 new weekly highs in a row, which is pretty strong.